Welcome back to FM Storey. We're now approaching the end of season 3 of this series where we try to end the dominance of Rangers and Celtic. They certainly haven't been as dominant this season. We're currently sat 4th on the table. We're 6 points off the top, but that's 6 points separating 4 teams. That's Rangers, Celtic, ourselves and Aberdeen. We have already won the Scottish League Cup this season and we've made it through to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup where we've been drawn against Rangers. That'll be the first match we see today. The top 4 teams in the league are the 4 teams that have made it to the Scottish Cup Semifinal. So hopefully, as long as we finish in the top 4, whether we win the cup or not, we should qualify for Europe. And that's obviously the main aim for the season, was to make sure we made it back into Europe again after what was a particularly tough draw, getting Roma in a qualifying round of the Europa League this season. But without further ado, let's get straight into the action. It's time for the Scottish Cup Semi-Final, Hampden against Rangers. You can see from the graphic there that Aberdeen beat Celtic on penalties in the other semi-final. And obviously, as we've said, these are the top 4 teams in the league. The league, interestingly, is anyone's. We won the 2 games we've had since the end of the last episode. We've beaten Hearts, we've beaten Hibs. We're almost mathematically guaranteed to finish in the top 4. We're 12 points clear of 5th place team with 15 points to play for. So things are going well there. But at the top of the table, Rangers are top on 71 points. Celtic are second on 71 points. Aberdeen are third on 69 points. And we're 4th on 67 points. And obviously it's time for the split, so basically everyone's got to play each other again and the title could end up anywhere in that top 4. But first of all, we need to get this semi-final out of the way, and hopefully we can put in a performance like we did in the previous games we've played at Hampden this season, the other semi-final and the final of the League Cup, and get a result. Right, they've got to throw deep in our half. Jovic into Mauro Jr. on the edge of the box. We've won it back and then gone back to the keeper. Out to James Hill at right back. Into Babadi, Pansar, Hill onto Chidera, and he's given the ball away. Jovic is through. Luckily, Pansar gets back. And surely he won the ball cleanly there. The referee seems to have given a penalty. And it's been confirmed. This is not the start we were looking for. Danilo up against Liam Kelly sends him the wrong way. And we're already 1 goal behind. And when we give the ball away in a stupid position, give away a penalty somehow, and then they're 1-0 up. Right, Kelly with the goal kick out to Hill, a right back. He's a weird pass into the middle of the pitch. Ahmad driving forward. We've got it back. Now there's space to move into where Ahmad was. Bermudez back into Gazer in the defensive midfield role. Now Bermudez down the left. Velasquez in field. Ryan. Babadi through to he's put it in the back of the net. But I think he was probably offside. The flag's gone up. We're going to have to wait for a VAR review here. And it's been disallowed. Ryan into a baddie. And that's close. Just went that fraction too early. He didn't need to. Right, Ito with free kick. Is Velasquez down the line to Bermudez. Goes on the outside, puts it inside into Ryan in the box. Gets past the defender. don't know how he got past the defender, but he smashes it home, and we've levelled it up, and that's a lovely goal. Bermudez goes on the outside, then cuts back, plays it into Ryan. He looks like he just pokes it away from the defender. The defender goes down like he's been shot. Ryan dispatches it past the keeper, and that's 1-1 just before half time. Right, Chidera down the right hand side. Looks to play it back to Hill. Now we've committed far too many men forward here. They're breaking in numbers. Cifuentes over the top to Jovic, into the box, pulls it across. Danilo scores. And we weren't level for very long. Thought they'd maybe lost sort of traction there, but Cifuentes just plays it forward. Jovic just pulls it across, picks out Danilo, and he wasn't going to miss from there. We've had 70% possession, and we've basically done nothing with it. We got back into the game and then just gave them another goal. We need to be a lot better in the second half. There's very little happening in the second half. They've got to throw in our half again though. Jovic, Ridvan swings it across. Gato gets his head to it, comes out to the fullback, and he shouldn't be scoring from there. It's just a long lumped ball over the top. Gato gets his head to it, but two players have gone in on the same man. The fullback comes forward, and how he scored at the near post there. Got to ask questions of the goalkeeper. And they've got a goal kick gone long with. They've nodded it down. Abando came back and got his foot on the ball, but now they're going forward. Danilo into the box, squares it, gets a deflection into Jovic's path, and that's 100% game over now. No pressure on Cantwell to make the pass. Danilo just takes it on. It comes off Gato's foot as he crosses it, and Jovic is there to bury it past the keeper. Another corner for them. Gonzalez gets his head to it. That's 5-1. And we've basically just... We've not turned up. We've had the ball, created nothing, and then obviously that last goal in particular, we were pushing forward to try and get back into it. It's just a mess. Probably one of our worst performances of the season. And now we need to rebound for the post-split league fixtures, although we do get the chance for immediate revenge over Rangers because they're the first team we've got up. What we'll probably do is come back for the last game of the league season and see what we've been able to do and where we've been able to finish in the league. So we've made it to the final day of the season, and we've got an away trip in a downpour by the looks of it to Pittodrie to play Aberdeen. And as you can see from the league table, everything is still to play for. For some reason, Celtic and St Mirren have already played their final game, so there's just 2 games left to be played. There's us against Aberdeen, and the winner finishes third, basically. We also, last season, we got a season record in points on 76 points, so if we win, we set a new record there. But the Rangers are also playing Hibs on the last day, and if they win the title. They have to win as well. A draw's no good for them. Since the semi-final, things have been okay. I mean, we went straight from the semi-final into an away game at Ibrox and didn't play well. We scored an own goal. We basically went up the other end and scored pretty much straight away. They went back ahead just before the half hour. We just didn't create anything in the second half. to be able to come away with any points from that game. We were then at home to Hibs, and a pretty comfortable performance. We came away with a 2-0 victory. We were then at home to Celtic, and we were flying at half-time. We were 2-0 up, just really dominating the game. Then they got an equaliser. They pulled a goal back, and then they got an equaliser just as it was going into injury time, and it was too late for anyone really to create anything after that. And then in the most recent game we played St Mirren, we were out of the traps fast, 2-0 up in less than 10 minutes, dominated the game. They got a late consolation goal, but obviously, as we've seen from the league table, as long as we avoid defeat, we finish third. If we win, we set a new record points total for ourselves. And obviously we're going up against the leading scorer in the league. We've got the player with the best average rating and the most man of the matches. So hopefully it should be a decent game, but hopefully we can come away from Aberdeen having secured third place. The Scottish Cup final is Rangers against Aberdeen, so it isn't going to make a difference for us in terms of Europe. We're going to be in the Conference League next season, despite the fact that it doesn't show that. At least I hope we are, because they've already paid out bonuses for people in people's contracts. But let's go and get this last game out of the way and see where we're going to finish. So, just as we were going into the game, what popped up were the Manager of the Year awards, and quite apt for this game. So the Football Writers Manager of the Year award went to Jordi Cruyff, manager of Aberdeen, and the Players Manager of the Year award went to myself. So obviously a bit of a battle here. We've got him with the same team that played the last game, except Abando's come back in for O. We are playing Stefanovic off the right because Chidera picked up an injury a couple of games ago and hasn't regained fitness yet. Right, so both teams going with 4-3-3. Right, they've got an early corner here. Armstrong swing it in on his left foot. Panzer gets his head to it, comes back to Armstrong, who drives into the box. And that was very, very, very avoidable. I mean, once we get the head on the ball here from the corner, everyone pushes up the pitch. No one pushes out towards where the ball is. Gives them plenty of time to bring it in. And no one even went to block the shot. And it really just looks like we haven't turned up. I mean, less than 40% possession. We've not seen a highlight for ourselves yet. Right, Panzer with a free kick into Stefanovic. He loses out. And now they're on the attack. Duck loses out. Stefanovic onto Romeo. Bermudez, Abando, Abadi. Romeo's in the box. And he smashed it against the bar. And also, it looks like Abando's broke. Now, basically, the first half petered out into nothing after that. Obviously, we need to be much better in the second half. Bermudez looks like he's struggling fitness-wise and he hasn't had a very good game, so he's probably coming off at half-time. Let's see if we can get ourselves back into this. Alright, so we've made the one change. We've moved things around. We've moved Stefanovic from the right to the left. Babadi's gone wide right. Ryan's come on. So Bermudez is going to play in the centre. Throw in their half. Right, a loose pass from them. Agume picks it up. Goes back to Ito, who goes back to Kelly. Quansar. Ito. Velasquez down the left, space to move into. Stefanovic. Stefanovic crosses towards the back post. Ryan's gone flying through the air. And I think the referee's given a penalty. I mean, he was never ever getting on the end of it. He was never ever winning a penalty. They're winning a header, but we've got a penalty. But Baddy to step up, he Penenke'd the last one. This time he goes to the keeper's left, he makes a save and turns it behind for a corner. And I'm beginning to feel like this maybe isn't our day. Ryan with the corner goes short. Stefanovic swings it in. They've cleared it. Right, Velasquez down the line to Stefanovic. He loses out. We've forced ourselves back into it. Stefanovic into the box, squares it to Obando, and the keeper turns it over. Ryan with the corner to the edge of the box, but Baddy to Stefanovic. It was a poor cross, and now they're breaking. Luckily, Romeo's there to win the challenge, but into injury time. If we can nick and equalise, we finish third. Hill with a long throw. Instead goes short to Stefanovic. Hill crosses. Obando somehow had his effort saved. Luckily, it pops up to Gazer. We actually had the goalkeeper in the box there as well. His header loops over everyone, and that's 1-1. We went short with the throw. Hill then drives it across. Obando's shot's well saved, but it pops off for Gazer, whose header just loops right over the top of the defenders and the keeper and levels it up and should put us back to third. Couple of minutes of injury time left, and there we are, full time. I mean, we more than deserved a point based on the match stats, but it looked a long way from happening, especially when Babadi missed that penalty. We've come away with a draw. We've finished third on 75 points. And all in all, pretty decent season. We've qualified for Europe again. We've won the League Cup. I don't think we could have asked for more than that at the start of the season. And there we have it. Third season done and dusted. Again, I have to say that's a bit of a success. We've finished in the top half again. We've finished in the top 3 again. We've qualified for Europe again. This season we've managed to add the League Cup as well. And I think a sign of how far we've come is that the board are actually unhappy. And it's their notable criticism is that we drew 2-2 with Celtic in the post-split games, and that we lost 2-1 to Rangers at Ibrox in the post-split games. So if the board are that unhappy with that, it suggests we've come a long way. Obviously, when you look at it, I think the first season Rangers won the title by an absolute mile. I think last season Celtic won the title by quite a long way, although we were within a couple of points of Rangers. You look at that top 4 this season, you've got Rangers champions on 83 points, Celtic second on 81 points, we're third on 75 points, and Aberdeen are fourth on 74 points. So we are there or thereabouts. It's in fact, actually, this season we actually lost the same number of games as Rangers. We're progressing. There are a couple of other clubs that are coming along with us for the ride in terms of trying to get up there and end this dominance. But things have gone really well. Obviously, we know we're going to need to strengthen the squad again in the summer if we're going to repeat this. Hopefully, we get a better draw in the Conference League qualifying rounds than we did this season. But join us next time to see how the summer goes and to see the start of next season. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.